Hello. Another day. I completely forgot that tomorrow's 4th of July, so I won't be streaming tomorrow. Just have too much setup to do, you know? Wow. How's everyone doing today? I've got a couple of ideas kicking around in my head for today's plan. But first thing I want to make sure I do is yesterday I did a moment where I kind of discussed a little bit about the regression vulnerability and its discovery and all that sort of stuff. And I said, hey, update your stuff. Okay. Why? When? What does it mean? I wasn't very clear on that. And because I'm not very clear, that's the term for that is FUD. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. I should have been far more clear. So let me go back just a little bit. Oh, you know what? Let me add something here. Is it this one? Yeah. So now we still have music here. All right, so here's a couple of things that I failed to mention about this particular vulnerability. And it's something I should mention every single time. It's CVE-2024-6387. Something you can go and just throw into the gargler. Oops, that's not what I want. Copy. I just gave you the phone number for Clipper. So CVE-2024, the year, dash 6387. It was originally wow, my copy pasta is just not wanting to work today, isn't it? It was originally CVE-2006, tells you how old it was, and it was patched. An update basically said, hey, why do we need this? And updated it. Specifically, the versions that are vulnerable, and that's something that I should have mentioned, because how do you check? How do you check to see if you're vulnerable? Just update, right? That's all. Well, I went and decided to check my version, and it said that the patched version is 9.8. Well, I'm running 8.5. Or no, I'm running 8.4. So, wait a minute. What's that mean? So the reality is the patch seems to have come in 8.5 P1. So versions from 4.4 through 8.5 or 8.4 are not susceptible. It's 8.5 and up are where the issue actually was introduced. So you can verify your version. As long as you're in that range, you should probably be okay. But most manufacturers are putting in a patch that's going, that there is still a patch that's out there, and you should apply it. And it's a patch that just makes it so that the bug can't be reintroduced when you do update, because at some point you're going to want to go past 8.4, right? So really the the big takeaway from this is if you're running Bleeding Edge or anything newer, then, and I mean, I'm running the latest long-term edition of Ubuntu, and I'm outside of that range. And my DNS server is running an older version of Debian, and it's outside that range. Still run the patches. It's still something to do. Important. I should probably change scary picture here to say redaction. Anyway, with that out of the way, on to today. So, I had a couple of ideas, like I said. One, actually, since I've been playing a lot of 7 Days to Die, I was considering the idea of throwing a 7 Days to Die server in the cluster and what that looks like. But I don't really want to run through, just investigating a bunch of tutorials with you guys. So I'm not sure if that's what I'm going to do. But what I can do is talk about something interesting that I ran across, which is kind of nice, actually. I didn't realize this, and this is something that actually plays into Screeps. It plays into a lot of things. But there is actually a Steam command server that appears to be open source and is maybe, it's sponsored. That leads me to believe let's go down this hole. This is a non-official API. So it is sponsored, but it's non-official. It's a community organization. Okay. Interesting. Sorry, squirrel. All right, so this is just a way of making the API reachable for your own server. Might be useful, not immediately useful for me, but my goal really is to use this. And knowing that it's backed by, it's got 1 million plus downloads. Knowing that it's backed by a community kind of works, right? Let's look at their GitHub. Because they do have 2 projects, and this is, it's kind of funny. It all comes full circle. So you run across something cool. Okay. It's got a lot of holes. Okay. Who's making it? We don't want to run into the situation that happened in the past where you have, an APT that some random downstream developer put something together and over the course of years changed it or whatever, So you don't want to be that person. Always assume at some point someone's going to pick up whatever it is you're making and run with it. I need to stop saying Always assume that whatever you're making, if you're going to put it on the internet, somebody else is going to pick it up and they're going to attempt to modify it for their own uses. So try to give them the best starting point, because you're looking at something and maybe it's not the best starting point because someone just rushed through it themselves. So what I'm going to do is just kind of run through and check, who are these people? And there's probably someone who's like, wait a minute, everybody uses this. This is well known. This is standard stuff. Okay, cool. It's not to me. So, I mean, it's an organization with 19 followers and one person. Oh, and two more. Who else is in there? Oh no, they're a member of two other things. Landlords. What's this? Okay. All right, so reading further into it, maybe I use this just as initial to kind of validate what I'm working on. But that might be about it. Hey, they already have a Helm chart. No, they don't. Yeah, they got sidetracked. Well, actually, though, let's look at it. Let's look at what they do. Goss. All right, so status 0. Okay. Woof. It was this one I was going to look at. So base image. It runs as root, which shouldn't be a problem, but I always try to stay away from if possible. Bin bash. Oh, pipe fail. Echo steam question select. Okay. See, I didn't know about that. That's good to know. This I found interesting, that its Steam command is actually just out in the regular apt repository. It's kind of neat. Fix missing directories. Cool. Default command is Steam command. Okay, so this is just building it. That's nice. So I can just, realistically, there's no reason I can't copy and paste this. And it looks like everything's fine. There's nothing that is pulling from them. But let's go back here. So let's see what their license is. MIT. So yeah, I can basically do whatever I want with it. I'll probably put a thank you in there. LS Hello. What else have you worked on? Well, no, ball with paddles. Ploing. And Ian. Wow. So Ian is the DevOps side of that conversation. All right, so let's go back here. Guess I hit copy. And we'll pasta. Because I definitely prefer this a bit. What are the problems? Later. Unexpected color token. Yeah. Is this one of those it needs quotes or it doesn't need quotes kind of thing with YAML? Or is it? Nope, it's not that. That's probably just it. Linting poorly, knowing my luck. Oops. Wrong one, that one. I forgot to grab water. It's already warming up in here. It's supposed to be hot as heck this week. Of course, I'm wearing a nice toasty hat today. All right, so now I've got to remember my Docker commands. Although this isn't really what I want. Yeah. I'm going to save it and just put it away for now. Like I said, I don't want to drag you guys through a bunch of tutorials. But just did a quick, okay, what do they have in here? Is there anything in here that seems suspect? That doesn't appear to be. They seem to be on the up and up mostly, but it's one developer. It looks like they are doing their updates. This is kind of weird though, because like the last update here is last month, right? They must just have, there's probably something that just sends an update anytime there's something new. Yeah. Oh, they're just rebuilt daily. Okay, so just making sure that it's got the most patched version. All right, nope, can't do it. I'm gonna need to pause real quick and give me some of that water, herb. Woo. And back. Toasty today. Anyway. Alright, so I've got that started. Actually, what was I talking about yesterday? Keep track. So this is going to go under Software General. Create a new issue. This one's going under Feature because we're actually doing it. And we'll just say you. I know there's an Alt tab for tabs, actually. What is it? Control tab. No, that's a new tab. That goes to the previous tab. But, oh no, that brings it back. Yeah, Control T is just a new one. That's for moving tabs between windows. I don't want to do that. Nope. Control T is always a new tab. It never does the other thing. So that's just incorrect. Alright, anyway, I'm not going to spend that much longer on it. Cappy. Pasta. We also want to go here, and this is another thing I wanted to look at. It's actually a replacement for Redmine. I know. We want this is going to go under. It's not really games. It's more. This is Homelab. Well, actually. Do I have my, is the Screep server under here? Yes, it is. All right, we'll keep it with games. I can just do 7D to D. It's not really the manifest, so I'll just say server. Because this, I'm going to have both in here. No. Docker container and it is. I really just need to say, maybe get used to just doing that. Default main, everything's good. Create. Oops, already closed you. Touch readme, touching readme. Two M's, no N's. What? Oh. Comments. And this I'm going to copy. There we go. Now at least it exists. It's saved. I can add this. I could have swore that there was, yeah, whatever. There, and let's make sure we define that. There we go, assigned to me. This one is, I guess I can only do that. We'll call you a create, edit. Technically, you are in progress. We'll call that good. That's all I'm going to do on that today. And this is part of the reason I need servers for this stuff, because it's just so much easier to get it started, pass it off. I'm done for now. It happens quite often that I go, squirrel, I need to do this thing. Having the ability for me to see a squirrel, capture the squirrel, put the squirrel somewhere, and say, I'm going to get back to that squirrel. That's what my cluster is. My cluster is a giant squirrel trap. Speaking of squirrels, this one is going to be another idea that popped into my head just now. It is a software thing, but it's going to be, yeah, it's more of a configuration management. So I have those, they're both resolved. That's fine. Let's create a new issue. This is, it's not going to be a config. This will be a support feature, and we want to create, locate, or define a software evaluation method. So I know that generally speaking, what I do is I have that list of stuff and I go and I poke around at it and then I say, nah, I don't like it, and then move on. But that's not really in any way like I'm trying to standardize it in that, okay, I set it so that I decline and here's why I decline it. And then that gives me a reason to go back to it. But I think I need a little more. Yeah, I think I need a little bit more because I don't know that there's any reason for me to go back. I'm just going to set that as that for now, but let me go back to issues real quick. Oh no, I need to go to software. Yeah, that'll work. If I go to software, I go to issues. Oh no, I need to go to general. Wow, there are way too many of these open. We want description. Where's project? Did I miss project? Oh, there we go. Yeah. I need that to be just the standard view. Because these are going to be vastly different. They're very focused on the particular software, right? At least I hope so, if I did it right. If I did my part. Let's add a filter. In this case, I want to also look at the tracker, and all we want is research. We have one in Zabbix. That's research. Don't like it. Okay, so actually, let's make status is not new. There we go. So now we have our closed and in progresses. Like, maybe I need, can I put decision in there? Verdict. Boom. There we go. So I need this view. This view is basically, this tells me which squirrels are dead. This squirrel thing is getting a little weird. Okay, so like that's closed. I'll just say it is not closed. Issue new category. I wish I could put, instead of just saying issues, like, can I add tabs? Templates as issue tracking. Well, part of this is I have to grab something off my phone. For reals. Wait a minute, did I close it? No, don't tell me I closed it. Well, I guess I did close it. Fine. I'll come back to it. I have a backup. Check it out. So what is KubeVirt? Squirrel. I'm actually kind of curious about this. If the cluster runs on a virtual machine, no. To serial and graphical ports, okay. Let's take a look here. Create a virtual machine. Download the VM manifest and explore. Virtual machine created. That's kind of funny. To connect to the serial console, okay. Well, after all of that, is this something I want to deal with right now? No, but what I can do is I can delete a tab now. Catch that squirrel. Tracker. Wait, what? No, I don't want it in software. Did I put this one in software? Apply. Okay, software general. Because that's the project I want to be in. New issue. Research. Yeah, we'll just do KubeVirt. I wonder if I just create another tab or another description field. Yeah, I guess I can just hash it out. Because like I have description, and then I would have Y. Oops. Why do I want to be able to run a VM on the cluster? I mean, that's a big deal right there, right? Free up those cycles. Long-term VM testing is easier. Easier just having it running on a server than having it on the main machine where I'm like, do I want to shut it down? I need to do updates, you know. Kubernetes, why not? All right. Assign to me, research, create. Cool. We can close the tab. What else we got? Well, let's go back to the original premise. Like I said, see, I'm already extending, like, what am I looking at? Why am I looking at it? And this kind of goes to the same direction as security checklists. If you're looking for something, someone else is probably doing it as well. So find one, see where it works, see where it doesn't work. How to evaluate software requirements. Requirements? I don't have any requirements. Reject all. Come on, just give me the list. I don't care about what. This is where the recipes started having to fill the, we need to make sure that we cover everything. I mean, way back in the day, the internet was cat pictures and tech articles, and I mean, I have typed in software evaluation checklist. I understand why I'm looking for what I'm looking for. And none of this has it. So it's basically this. Next. Get started. It's free. Yeah, here we go. I like this. It says defined, decided, or not applicable, or evaluated. So you can say bing, bing. What components must be considered? Back to software, we have to go to status. Let's see. On this page, I am looking for right, because it's not in software. Evaluation method. We're going to do the brainstorming part, which is basically just grab it, paste it. Next. How do you know who to trust? Important. Wait, download a PDF and save it for later. Yeah, the number of developers definitely plays into it. Number of downloads. Although this one is meaning a lot less lately. I mean, how difficult is it if you're trying to be a bad actor to just set up a bot that's going to download the software from different IPs? It's funny because you could do the same thing with this, but it is one of the first things that I look at as well. Don't check this. Probably important. All right, we don't need that open. We don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. Man, I am stumbling about what to do. It's one of those days where I'm just not heavily invested in Homelabbing. And that'll happen sometimes. Sometimes you just want to do something else. I think that's what's going to happen. Since I'm not streaming tomorrow and Friday is up in the air, maybe it's time for a transition. But it's too wet. Let me reevaluate. Alright, no. I'm going back to the 7 days to die server. That's what we're gonna do. And yeah, I'm gonna drag you guys through tutorials, but whatever, right? Hey, look, all the errors went away. Oh, they're back. Why did they work for a second and then suddenly no? Alright, so first things first here. I want this to get built and pushed. So that's going to have to happen on the Jenkins server, which I haven't signed on to in a long time. It probably needs an update of 4,000. But the builds are still seem to be running. Let's look at you. Or not. Last failure was... Oh, actually that's a little different. What about these guys? Oh yeah, these are fine. Those are all training things. All right. So since I haven't done this in a while, I'm going to have to actually look at these ones and look at the monopipe. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to look at it on here. This one. Alright, so what I know is that I need a Jenkins file on each one, right? And it's got a pipeline that attempts to do each of the things. Oh, why am I doing that here? I should be doing that in here. Is this still even going to show up under recent? I haven't opened one of those in a long time. Actually, are those even here? I don't know if I've used them on this machine. Nope. That's funny. Okay. That's fine. We can go... and this is DevOps. Right, and now we need to open the folder and look at the things that I did before. So each one of these has an agent and a tool with stages. Oh, right, no, I had to create a custom builder for that, but that's fine. Technically, it's just the Docker builder, which, if I go back here, well, it's just the Docker builder that I need. So if I manage, said, oof, we gotta do some updates. Oh, no, I need to go to clouds, not system. I think I need to give this thing more RAM. Pod templates, that's what we're looking at. So I just need Docker build because that's all it's doing. And then the part that I'm looking at is in here. So let me open this guy. We need a, no, add. There. All right, so what I want out of this is obviously pipeline. Then agent, in this case, oops. Label is agent label on that is Docker. All right. And what that's saying, it's just going to tell this is telling the Jenkins server that when it spins up a container to build this Docker container, to use the pre-configured pod labeled Docker. That's it. And I configured that so that it runs in the default namespace and it uses the Docker and Docker image, but I had to generate my own Docker and Docker image because I wanted to include my own certificates and all that fun sort of stuff. And actually, I need to create a build that creates a new version of that build every time too. But it points to the right agent directory, where to start, all that fun sort of stuff. I don't think it pulls any other variables. No, that's it. So meanwhile, back at the ranch, the tools, I don't need any tools. The worker build I don't need, worker test I don't need. I don't need any of these builds. This is what I want, package with Docker. So I'm actually just going to grab this whole stage. Which I believe goes to here. Yeah. And I'm going to drop it right in here. Oops, I need stages. I knew that looked weird for some reason. Stages. Who doesn't love all this, right? Like, why did that duplicate? 1, 2, 3. Huh, weird. Those are one more as well. So if you're there, you should be there. Which means you should be there, which means you should be there, which means love it. Oh, okay, I see. You need to be there. And this, if that's not a case for double spacing instead of tabs, I don't know what else is. No, you are supposed to be there. Which means all right, nope, we're doing it. I'm getting rid of tabs. Everything's gonna be double spaced. Oops. Stage when change set branch steps 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah, this got out of hand real quick. It's still kind of out of hand. No, okay. Great, so, okay, you're there. You're there. It's still giving me an extra one. Oh, right. Okay. Oops. This has got to be the most riveting thing you've seen all day, right? There is nothing quite as entertaining as fixing spacing. Okay. Now that we're done with that, okay, so this defines the pod, right? Agent defines the pod. Actually, let me step back just a little bit. This is the basic pipeline to build a container and hopefully push it up to my GTA instance. This is looking for a specific change set. We're going to be modifying that. So a lot of this stuff doesn't actually, let me fix this stuff first and then we'll do it. So when change set is Docker, it's only looking for changes under the Docker folder, and we're only looking on the main branch. So if we do something on another branch, it's not going to build a new one. This pulls the container of Docker and Docker out of the pod Docker to run this on. So it specifically says use this container in the pod. It echoes some crap. And this is kind of where the magic happens. It runs this script with these variables to build, to use Docker Compose basically to build the image, and it attempts to push it. So first things first, we're going to change you from Linux Foundation to, I put you in gaming, I believe. Games. And this is actually the username that it's going to be running. So I need to make sure that games members. Do I not have? Oh, right. This is not my admin account. All right. Do I still have a box on here? I do not. All right. We're just going to do an incognito window. Because I got to sign in as an admin. That's right, I don't run admin on my own servers. And I also forget when I change the password on them. It's not my fault though. It happens anytime I do an update. It is my fault, I just haven't changed the setting. But I have to do this over here so I don't expose the password. Secrets. I want Gatia. Oh no, I want releases. And Helm is loading super slow, so water. If you are on the west coast of the United States, it is hot out there. Stay hydrated. Right, and I need to edit you. Make sure. Come on. Well, that's new. My upgrade just loaded blank. Oh, there we go. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. And site administration. Oh wait, no, we can go games. Owners, add, we want let me just make sure. There should only be one now. Yep. Is, oh. That's something I'm gonna have to fix. Not my problem. I know, it is my problem. All right, so now if I reload this, bam, there we go. But it is right, well, it shouldn't matter. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Where were we? We were over here. All right, so games. Wait a minute. Oh, that's it. It's just games. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's fine. And then we'll just do the same thing here. And games. We'll change this because this is going to be the actual name of the server. So D2D. But it's not that. It is. It should just be that. All right. So I need a terminal. I realized I'm not watching my chat again. So terrible about that. There we go. Okay, so git add. Build image and deploy, hopefully. And push. Now it's not going to go grab it automatically, but it's a start. Now we need to go back over here, and I need to create a new item. I think I'm just going to make a folder for game servers. That seems like the way to go. And I think in here, oh, I've actually got to create a pipeline. No, wait, so let me just look at this again. Okay, yeah, create a new item in there, and it's going to be called, it's going to be a pipeline. This will be called 7 Days to Die. Okay. I wonder if I should just clone to the previous pipeline. Copy and paste when you can, right, folks? I'm just going to say that for now. And we want to... Is there anything advanced? Where's my Gatia? We would just... So our schedule, these are going to look exactly like cron jobs. So no schedule, so let me run, I think it's 5. Is that it? Maybe I have an extra one. There we go. So would last run today. At the wrong time because I haven't updated from Universal Time, but it is the right time. Where are... Alright, this might... Yeah, I'm going to delete this. I don't want to save this because I may be running into an issue where the Gatia plugin is far enough out towards just not using it. Oh, great. I have to update. Well, this is something I've, I guess, been needing to do. So let's look at this. New version is 2.466. Oh. I have... No, this is in fraud services. Oh. All right. I don't think, no, yeah, I did Jenkins properly. Oh, what am I doing though? I was about to just update the prod version. I have two versions for a reason. Go away. First things first, actually. Let's scale you up. And make sure you start. That's interesting. I do need to get rid of that. It's not doing anything right now. Deployments, unify, let's scale you down. And what is happening with Jenkins here? Maybe I'll just delete you then. Cool. Why are you yellow? I have to set up a network. Well, that's fun. Alright, destination already exists for an interface other than... What are you on? You're on DevMini 3. Well, somehow you always end up troubleshooting, right? First things first, let's check the IPs. Yeah, this tunnel thing popping up. seems to have really gotten Calico's goat. I think this was from me screwing around with something else. But I don't remember what it was. Is that fun or what? This is why you do change management. Let's go here. All right, nothing there. Let's go to all. What was the name of the thing I was messing around with? And I could have swore that I deleted it. Could be a deployment. All right, I need to figure out what's creating this tunnel. Because it's screwing up my Calico instance, and that seems to be screwing everything else up too. Let's do... TNL0. I might have to do this on the controller, but we'll see. Nothing. Okay. Interesting. All right, let's hop over to the controller, DevPrim1. So first thing to check is, actually, you know what? I remember seeing something. Let me pop into this. Boom. Disconnect. Tap.linkerd. There we go. All right, I need to find anything relating to Linkerd. I'm gonna bet there's something in here. No? we're on here, so what was I typing at? Let's check the API server first. Nothing. Okay. Nothing for tunnel there. Okay. Sudo, make me a sandwich. Oops. No, do not save. Okay. Let's check. The kubelet and see what it has to say. It's got a bunch of remove containers. Okay. Useful, but not. See. Control. Remote container. Wow, that's a whole lot of errors. Which container is having a problem? Exec sync command. We're stopping you right there. Failed to get container status. Not found. Okay. Connection refused. All right. Let's check the logs on the API server. What do we got here? Oh, what's that? Error resolving linker dviz tap service tap not found. Loading open API spec failed. Failed to download, failed to retrieve. right? That's got to be a configuration in the API server, right? Like, why would it be looking at that otherwise? But why? Manage resources, startup, volume minutes. Host network true, priority class. No, there's nothing in there. I mean, it should be a custom definition. But there's nothing there for linker D. Error resolving linker D, service tap. Do I still have something sitting in my services that's left over? All right, let's go to the hive mind, huh? I mean, it definitely started after I was dealing with linker D, huh? Control plane namespace. Okay, linker D check. Is there something here for uninstall? Maybe I left something behind? Add another tab, so I'm local. Yeah, it's not installed. Okay. D by default linker D install. Skipping crew and sniff. Okay. Let's try this. You know what I didn't check? Nope. No plugins, okay. Removing the control plane. Linkerd uninstall. Okay, but I didn't install the Linkerd. All right, fine. You know what we can do? We can do this. Linkerd check 3. Oh, I do need to add it, I guess. Copy. Paste. Oh, there we go. Cannot create non-namespace. Ah, it's cluster roles. So now let's go back here to where we were. Uninstall. Will this do it? I mean, I definitely got rid of more. You've still got an issue. Let's go back to that pod. Let's go to the API server. Not prod services. I want Coolbit system. API server. There we go. I'm gonna throw you in the garbage. That should create a new one. Hopefully without all this Linkerd nonsense. And let's see what happens. Handler proxy error. We're still on dev.prim1, so we still have this tunnel trying to start. Calico's actually trying to pull IPs though, so that's good. We're still getting this error though. Error resolving. Indicates the proxies running in the Linkerd control plane are not healthy. Well, that's the point. We don't want them to be healthy. We don't want them to be there. Let's run the pre-check again. Okay, according to this, everything's taken care of. Allegedly. let's make sure. Dev Rim 1, we need API server. Let's look at the logs. What now? So why am I still getting this? There's something that's been left behind. Still. There was a thing to look up the API. Actually. No, that's not what I want. So where does this happen? We've got the cluster role binding, the service. There's no namespace for it, so that shouldn't be a problem. It seems like it's something in the proxy. Wow, it says it's restarted 5 times already. It's still not where it needs to be. The tunnel needs to go. I mean, can I just delete the tunnel? Will it just get recreated? Let's do a quick check. One. It's IP. Completing parse failed. Cannot find device. Nope, just got recreated. Okay. So there's still something there trying to create it. But what? It doesn't say where this is. Oh, application audit. It's in the controller, all right. At least this says it's in the controller. So let's look at the logs here. Internal error. Well, that's different. Failed to list. Wait, what's the why? Why are you involved? Oh, because that was the one I tried to delete. Oh, interesting. Okay. So what, are you hanging on to it? Is there something in here I can modify? Oh, just the message. Group version discovery. Interesting. All right, I gotta hang on 1 second. Oh, oh, oh. And we're back. Okay. So we're getting down there. We're getting to the root of the problem. Still not entirely certain what's going on here, though. I'm not going to lie. This, I understand what's happening. now, at least. And it is entirely because of this guy showing up. I need to find where that's getting created. So let's try. What's in temp? Interesting. Anything in either of those? No. Okay. Oops. Oh wait, that's not what I want. I need to go into all right, what do we got here? Boom, boom, boom. Allocate nodes, CIDRs. Service credentials, if not present. Volume mounts, don't care. Host network. I know we looked through. We looked through that already. All right. What's left? I'm already looking at the logs. It's not actually broken. It's only mostly broken. Let's try. Let's see if this will find us something. Yeah, this looks closer to what we're after. What is this? This is Oracle MySQL operator. This looks related. What do we have here? Dynamic informers do not stop. Okay. Seems to try to solve the same problem as the issue. Can only be stopped when safe. Performer should provide interface for removing event handler. Reproduce this issue after the problem still exists. Okay. This is all well and good. This is how the code might get changed to prevent it from happening. But how do I get out of it? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Turns out that cycling the Kubi control manager leader. All right. It's probably going to be this guy. Oh, it says that it's restarted, so we'll see if that's true. Nope. Although, let's go to the names. Is there... So I have scheduler. No, there's only one manager. Wait. Why does that have... Oh, it has that many restarts in 42 seconds. That's bad. Okay. So that didn't fix it. It's possible to manually remove an informer. Let's just look at that. Do I even have that realistically as an option? Ingress installations. Nope. I have nothing that starts with an I. I don't know if this is related. Fixing my broken cluster. Hey, that seems right. Server. Disable metrics. Enable alert manager. Nope. Although alert manager for messages via Slack sounds interesting. Something I'm going to have to do. Mail to list. Server could not find. For some context, here's the software. Okay, but this is all code. If your client has RBAC enabled, make sure your controller has get list permission for blocks. Okay, well, that's a possibility. Let's look at... I mean, this would have to be a cluster role. Namespace, no. Oh, why hello there. All right, I'm gonna edit this so I have it. Which one is that? Make sure, oh, that's tap injector. I want, we're gonna start here. Edit you, so I have it, and trash can. Is there anything else? Cluster system. I'm gonna go whole hog. Well, let's see. Do I have a... I'm pretty sure I already checked this, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. So cluster rules. Bye. I mean, no matter what, it's not something that I'm using. So stale group version. Failed to discover some groups. Okay. Nope, come on. Copy. Let's see what the world has to say about that. Hey, false, service not found. So does that mean I can just say delete v1 alpha 1 dot this is screaming like somehow it just got installed incorrectly. All right. It's still there. Oh, whoops. Make me a sandwich. Nope, still there. Okay. Well, we're finding pieces of it here and there, right? Hey, Tomato, how's it going? Been a while. Oh no. It is hot here. Super hot. What's got you tired? let's go back over. All of these are now going to be kind of useless. You want, we're going to start with you. Great one, Dave. Thing goes for Q. Okay. We might be getting there. Let's do the only sensible thing. This is not sensible. And we want the logs. No, it's still trying to find it. Okay, solving. Your dviz. This is pretty much how I am. I, at some point, decided to try out linkerd, and my whole cluster hates me for it. Network. Calico. Endpoints. No. It's not a job. Anything with linkerd. Come on. No, there is nothing there. If is down, okay. API. Oh no, I did that. That's core DNS, but that's not what I want. Oh, you know what I haven't done? So I restarted the main one, but I did not restart you. See if suddenly it pops up with a million. Yeah, it goes right back to a million. Oh wait, that's the scheduler. This is the one I wanted to restart. It's odd that it restarts 100 or 1,111 times. All right, this is something I had to do on a test once, so restarted the source. Failed to trigger manual run. Oh, that's... wow. I mean, it says it's running. The tunnel's still there, though. I need that tunnel to go away. Fine. Yeah. I did this. Oh, you know I didn't do that. No, it's because it's over here. Hey, there was still some stuff in there. I guess I don't think I installed Jaeger, but let's go right down the line, huh? Okay. 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 All right, let's see how we're looking now. Show me them logs. Well, that doesn't help me. API server. Let's look at what it's doing. Hey, that seems to be a change. The tunnel's still there. Oops. Nope. The tunnel remains. But I'm not seeing any errors in here anymore, it seems. So I'm halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Manager. No, but this error is still there. Server could not find. Then don't. So these are all just a pull requests. I'm not worried about that. Do I have... No. I get that it'll log it, but the problem's a little bit more pronounced than that. Are you still stuck at... Oh. Hey, on the plus side, it did stop. Okay. Okay. Well, I did forget to ask myself the question of, is it at an acceptable level? It is at an acceptable level. Okay. I may still be getting an error message. It may be filling up the logs, but I'm not having the error anymore. Well, I'm having this error, but it's not stopping things from running anymore. I guarantee it's still causing a problem with the network. But we'll see. It might just be flushing this stuff, right? Because the entire purpose was just to update this to the newest version. That's it. Although step one, we need to validate, are you working? No, there we go. Oh, I deleted it, didn't I? All right, fine. All right, so we're just gonna edit you and make a copy. Oh wait, I may have just left it as an IP. Yeah, it did. Okay. That's fine too. You are 10.2.100.106. There we are. Now let's see if I remember this username and password. Hey, what do you know? Cool. All right, it's running. We're happy. Now, let's go to this deployment. And let's go to Docker Hub and look for Jenkins, tags, 2.466, and this all started because 2.466. Well, I'm going to do this the right way. For once, I'm going to do it the right way. Yes, me. Make a new one. We're going to open not a file. Cancel. We need to open a folder. To dev services, Jenkins, and we want the app. And we have 2.499 JDK 17. Sweet. But we know it's the JDK 17, which is why we wanted to look at that. So we want 2.466. And we will save. Jenkins. We want 300. That should do the update, which if we go to the pod, it's creating a new one. Human. I'm gonna have to get out and push, it sounds like. I drank all my water again. It's alright, I got drinks over here. Coming. Do the thing, Jenkins. Do the thing. Oop. Go to delete directories. All right. And this is why we test. This is going to probably be the same error. Failed to delete dirs. I think this is a side effect of this being a lift and shift thing, because it's trying to do it in the same place as the running version. And if I'm correct in that, that means that if I get rid of this one, no, if I get rid of this one, it's going to try and, okay. Oops, nope. Let's scale you to 0. And scale up. Because this seems like a problem that I've had before. Nope. It's still failing. Okay. It was unrelated. I mean, but this one claims it's running, so there's that. Maybe I was too quick in my scale up. Let's make sure there's nothing running, and then we scale up. It didn't have a restart yet, so I may have just jumped the gun again. All right. Nope. I want to scale to 1. Scale 1. Infos and warnings. Infos and warnings. Okay. Yeah, I think I was just too impatient. So what I've got to do on the primary is scale it down, make sure everything shuts down, update the version, scale it up. Leave it to Jenkins to be that janky to set up, huh? Tomato, I didn't think you were that tired. Fell asleep at the keyboard. Green lights. Awesome. All right, let's reload. Reload. Let's log in. Everything seems hunky-dory. We have to update 52, the exact same number. Cool. Check them all and update. Oh, I did forget to check. Whoops. If all of my stuff was still there. Dang it. One of the worst things that happens with Jenkins is you do an update and then half of your configuration stuff is gone. And that, I don't know if that's Jenkins in general or if that's just Jenkins on the cloud, Kubernetes, but it's annoying at times. Well, it's more than annoying at times. It's sent me down the path of looking for something else for CI/CD. Restart. Now it's going to show one restart. But I don't remember if I ever actually rebuilt any anything for the Kubernetes rules on this. On restart. Let's get out of yellow. I really need to add more music. I mean, it's just background, but holy, it's getting a little repetitive to me, so it's only a matter of time before somebody watches me feels the same way. Come on. Go green, I believe in you. Give me the green. Maybe if I just don't look at it. The green light has stage fright. Come on. I really should have checked to make sure whether or not I had any of the pods set up. Oh no, now we have 2 restarts. That's not fun. And everything looks okay. But everything looked okay before. Maybe it needed a couple of restarts. I don't know why that would be the case. But it's at the exact same spot. It is mentioning that it's in a VM now. So it did all the fun update. Let's go to the top. Same deal. It keeps jumping me down there though. No, there we go. Thread Jenkins initially died unexpectedly. Shutting down a Jenkins instance that was still starting up. Uh-oh. An IO hub provider. So wait, it started right here, and then it says JVM is terminating, shutting down Jetty. All right. Well, it's not exactly the end of the world. Now, boom, boom, boom. I almost did it. I almost did it right on the server again. It's never a good idea. Let's see if that has something to do with it, huh? Oops. Scale down, apply, scale up. Jenkins, scale, minus. Let's make sure you get to 0. We're at 0. Jenkins, scale, plus scale. Now we can't go too much farther because I think yeah, I don't have a whole lot of rollback at the moment. I think it would be this one that I'm rolling back to. Failed to load logs. What are you talking about? I'm looking at it right now. It hates my freedom. Let's go here. Oh, it's pulling the image, of course. I failed to pull. Okay. JDK 24. Oh, was it 22? No, it's 21. All right. Well, I had 3, so we got 1 more. But let's do this the right way. Although this one shouldn't matter. It's not trying to access any resources. So let's just send it and see, huh? This one's actually pulling the edge. Cool. And it switched over to running. All right. All right. See, sometimes when they update the plugins, they suddenly require a higher version of Java. It happens. At least I'm hoping that's what happened. That would be ideal. Global timeout not set, augmented. It's doing more stuff. It's doing more of the things. Oh yeah, there we go. It's running. Sweet. Okay. So those are the two things that we've got to do. Well, I do still want to go away. I am curious whether or not I lost my cloud configuration. The thing is, I don't know if I ever set it back up. I mean, who's to know? Yep, it's there. It's not going to have my pod templates, but all right. So let's go over to prod, services. Why are you evicted? Weird. Yeah, that's the that's part of the issue that I was chasing down before. So why does Homar say? Oh, it was the previous one. Okay. So now I need to put away dev services. I need to go to prod services. Jenkins. Okay. Close you, close you, close you, close you. And we need to update to this. All right, and before I apply, I need to take this Jenkins and I need to wait. Oh, I don't need to do anything to the pod. I need to scale to 0. Come on. Scale to 0. There we go. Wait until that completely finishes. All right, it's gone. We update Jenki. We go to the deployment, and we scale you up. Oh, cool, it fixed it on its own. Of course it would. It says that it wants one instant. Yeah, Now we just make sure she starts. Let's see what the logs are saying, huh? Extracting war. I can't remember what war. It is a web application resource. Ha! I remembered before I saw it. Loading, loading, loading. Now, I just realized I did this backwards, but that's okay. It should be fine, right? Come on. Breathe. Well, that's funny. It is about like where it would be if I were trying to reach through and touch it on the screen. Alrighty, man. Or, you know, I never asked, but have a good one. It was cool you to stop by. I won't be streaming tomorrow, just so you're aware. I'm gonna try Friday, but I'll be gaming. I know you don't tend to stop by for that stuff. Have a good one. Oh, it's on the list. It's absolutely on the list. Alright, it says Jenkins is fully up and running. But it failed the last time. Okay, now it's up and running. Alright, I just needed to reboot once. Let's see if I completely broke everything. My cloud's still there. Cool. Alright. Let's pushy the plugins. And restart when done. Zoning out. I think once this restart completes, and when it completes successfully, like it's of course going to, that's going to be it for the day. For me as well. Not because I'm tired, mind you. I just have other things to do right now. You know how it is. being a super popular. No, it's not me. My girlfriend's super popular. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. What's it saying in the logs? In the logs, it's saying it's already restarted. Ah. Started initialization. Come on. Bad gateway. It's a great gateway. What are you talking about? Uh-oh. It mentioned it's yellow. Close all these just so I don't have so much additional. In this case, oh no, it actually died unexpectedly. Great. Okay. Let's get rid of the previous. I don't know what I'm going to do this time. If I have to, like, am I going to have to roll it back to 17 and then roll it up to 21? It just needs to be scaled down. I'm not sure. We'll give this one more reboot, and if it just reboots, I'm not troubleshooting it today. It will fall under to be continued. Come on. It is already taking too long, though. Or is it? I don't remember. How long did it take for that second block to show up on the other one? And we crash. Okay. I'm going to scale you down because I don't want it just consuming resources and turning cold air into hot air. Wait, what's that? Wait, so crashed. kind of. Because that's not from the previous one. Maybe it's recovering. Yep, whatever it's doing, it's going to do it. I'll check back on it later. So for anyone who was lurking, thanks for leaving me as a part of your day. And Tomato, cool to see you. Been a while. And for anyone watching this on YouTube, have fun. Thanks for getting all the way to the end. Happy 4th of July for anyone who celebrates, and for those that don't. Sorry, England.